Alright, here we go. Here's all the games. Those two Genesis games are incomplete. This whole row is all complete. These are all the loose cartridge games. We have a mystery Genesis game. These are all incomplete. They're just missing the manuals. These are incomplete as well. Sorry for the bad lighting and the shaky camera. Just wanted to get this all done. Alright, these are all complete original Xbox games. Magic I'll be keeping. Atari Anthologies I probably will keep as well. Not a big Xbox guy. And these are the PlayStation 2 games. I counted to roughly 210 complete games. They're all 100% complete. Jack 2 I'll probably keep. Mark of Cry I'll probably keep. Ultimate Alliance I'll definitely keep. Gran Turismo 4 I'll keep. Like I said, there's nothing spectacular out of this world, really expensive or rare. But still, just the sheer quantity. All complete PlayStation 1 games. These are going to be extremely hard to see. The lone Saturn game, 3 Sega CD games, 3 complete Dreamcast games, all junk. One of the coolest, most expensive items in the lot, Xbox 360 Force-Back controller. Random box of brokenness, but almost every system that was in the box is not broken. We'll go over here to all the handheld stuff. Here's all the Game Gear games. Easy to see all of them real quick. Game Boy Advance, mystery game. By the time you guys are watching this, all the stuff will be gone. Because by my calculation, this will be up probably the last week of January. And this is the first week of January. Okay, 1 Virtual Boy game, Mario Tennis, bunch of manuals and things for all the Atari stuff. Cords, let's go in the back. 5200 with all the proper hookups works perfectly. PlayStation 1 with the screen, another PlayStation 1, PlayStation, Nintendo, 4 Xboxes. The top 2 work, the bottom 2 don't. And television. Everything works with the exception of, like I said, the 2 Xboxes. So let's go down these little games right here. Boxes have seen better days. But again, nothing too special about them. Pitfall's in excellent condition. I'll probably keep that because of the condition of it. Here's more Intellivision games. Some more 5200 games. A couple of the boxes are empty, so the games are right there. Some 400/800 games, which I thought I had one more, but I don't. The PSP 3000 is broken. The PSP 1000 is working. The Game Gear's untested. The Game Boy Color works. That's the modem with the hard drive. Game Boy in the carrying case. Haven't tested that yet either. Wireless EA Sports controller. Some PlayStation 1 controllers. All these Xbox controllers all work and have them little breakaway cables, which is really cool. The fishing reel for the Dreamcast, as well as the mouse for the Dreamcast. All complete DS games. Starfy I'm keeping. Or Starfy, whatever you want to call it. These are all factory sealed stuff. And that stack right here is all loose. And a cat. Loose PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox. This is technically complete. It's the exclusive Resident Evil, the making of for the GameCube. This is exactly how it came when it came out. I'm definitely keeping that for my Resident Evil collection. And in here is the Dreamcast games, the best Dreamcast game. You got Third Strike, which is good. Death by Crimson. Quake Arena. So Dreamcast isn't that terrible. Soldier of Fortune. Just wish they were complete. If they were complete, some of them would be going to my collection. Just showing you the Dreamcast ones because Dreamcast is kind of a hard to find system for games. And there's a couple guys that I watched their channels going for complete Dreamcast collections. A couple of these would match what they're looking for, but guess what? They're not complete, so I'm not even going to bother talking to them about them. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Retro right here coming at you with a massive pickup video. Today is January 17th, 2015. Today's video I'm going to be showing you a massive pile of games that I purchased off of a Craigslist ad on January 1st. You're watching this video. Everything in the video that's going to be following has already been sold or traded off. I kind of moved very quickly on this lot. Give you a little backstory on what happened. About 2 weeks ago, or I should say about 2 weeks prior to me buying the stuff ago, my brother contacted a guy on Craigslist, and he had a GameCube and games and several other things, and my brother wanted to spend like $300 from the guy, and he got some really good quality stuff from him, some really good quality GameCube games, Mario Bundle GameCube system, PlayStation 2 complete in box, a couple of PlayStation 1 RPGs that you guys saw in a video that I recently just did that I got for my brother, and he paid a good decent amount of money for it. So then my brother's searching on Craigslist and found that this guy's has a posting of all these totes. He had 10 totes full of games, and these weren't the small Rubbermaid totes. These were the massive ones that you would need 2 people to carry if it was full with anything remotely heavy. Okay, so my brother contacted him, and the guy said that he was selling everything individually or giving you a bulk discount. In the ad, it basically said, resellers welcome. People that are collectors only looking to buy one or two things, you're welcome as well. I'm going to work with you on the price, but don't think you're going to come and lowball me. So my brother goes to this guy's house, and this is like December 20th or 21st, right before Christmas, and he buys 3 totes full of stuff, all the Nintendo product, with the exception of, Game Boy stuff like that, all the good PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 games, all the quality Genesis titles, and he literally, I don't want to say he cherry-picked them because he left a lot of stuff behind, and he wound up spending $500 or $600 from him on that trip. The second trip around, he contacted the guy a week later because he called me. He's like, "Hey, are you interested in Japanese Sega Saturn games and Sega CD and PlayStation 1 games?" I'm like, "Listen, if they're cheap enough, you should just literally get them because I'm pretty sure someone will trade with you." And rightfully so. The guy told him 50 cents a piece, and he had 30 games, so my brother picked them up for $15. But when my brother went back to the house, he wound up buying a whole bunch more stuff. So now my brother's already picked up, like, I want to say 20 or 30 systems, and maybe 600 games from this guy. And he basically, the guy, because my brother was buying such in bulk, the guy was like, "All right, listen, $1 a game, and systems are like $5 or $10 since you're buying so much." So that's why my brother worked out, and the guy just got lazy at the end and just said, "All right, how's this much going?" And that's usually what happens when you do bulk deals. So I wake up on the second time my brother went was like on the 28th or 29th. I woke up on January 1st. My wife wasn't feeling well. And I was just searching through Craigslist, and the guy had just updated his post showing that he still had stuff left over. So I said to him, "Hey, are you available to meet?" My brother bought a good portion of the stuff, hoping that the guy would give me such a good deal. Get to the guy's house. It's now New Year's Day. It's around 2, 3 o'clock. It took me an hour to get to the guy's house, and I brought with me a couple $100 with me. And I wasn't going there with any intentions on buying what you're about to see. I went there with the intentions of picking up a few games from my collection and just getting them very below retail. So I get there, and I ask how much are the Game Boy. He has a giant display case. So I get there and I ask him, I said, "Listen, how much are your games inside this case?" He goes, everything in the case is $1. And it's Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and DS. Now, like I told you, my brother pretty much cherry-picked all the good stuff, with the exception of a few Mario games he left behind for some reason. I guess the guy had him on hold for somebody. I don't know. So I picked a few things, and I picked a couple Game Gear games that I needed for my collection, and a few DS things. I made a stack of like 20 games. Sorry. Now, I ask, how much are your PlayStation 2 games? Because there's 2 totes full of PlayStation 2 games. And he says $1 a piece. And the wife goes, because I was already there for 15, 20 minutes, and it's the wife and two little girls. And I go, "I really don't have enough money to buy everything." And she goes, "Come on, $500 takes everything." And it's 5 totes full of games. And I'm thinking inside my head, you know what? $500 is extremely cheap. And I was like, you know what? Let me just continue what I'm doing. Look through the PlayStation 2 tote. Look through the other PlayStation 2 tote. And then I say, "How much are PlayStation 1? And the wife goes, "Every game's $1. They gotta go. Gotta get rid of them." I stubbed my toe on the one stupid tote this morning, and they have to get out of the house now. So now I make a stack of PlayStation 2 games, a stack of PlayStation 1 games, stack of original Xbox games, which the original Xbox, my stack was like 15, 20 games. PS2, there was like 40 games. PlayStation 1, there was like 25 games. And I wasn't even checking conditions of discs, just for the simple fact that $1 a piece, even if the disc was destroyed, the case and manual alone are worth it. So then I look, and I say, "Do you mind if I empty out the Genesis tote?" Because it was very small. There was only like 60 games in the Genesis tote. "Do you mind if I empty the Genesis tote and fill out all the stuff that I want and put it inside this tote?" He goes, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So I fill it up. I fill a smaller tote full of games, mounted on top. And the wife goes, $200, take everything, get it all out of my house. Immediately I perk up and I have $200 in my pocket. And I'm like, I'm in basically. But he's like, "Are you stupid? I would never sell this for $200. 20, 30 minutes go by of me looking through and fixing, organizing. And then he goes, "Oh, I also have a free box of broken systems and stuff. 2 PSPs, a Game Boy Color, and a Nintendo." as well as various cords and stuff. I picked all that stuff out and put it on my thing. He goes, because you're buying so much stuff, you can take all that stuff for free. So then he looks at my stuff and he gives me a total. He goes, for all this stuff, how many games were there? I was like, I don't know. He goes, would you agree there's 100? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's got to be like 160, 150 games. And I'm like, yeah, I would agree that there's over 100 in here. He goes, all right, fine, $100. And I said, well, we haven't talked about the Atari stuff over here. He's got a 5200 with games, and with some of them have the boxes, and then a television with games, and almost all of them have the boxes. Keep in mind, the Intellivision stuff is not worth it that much. The Atari 5200, good chance it's broken, and he tells me it's been modded or it's been repaired, and I'm completely confused by it. He goes, and I said, well, just throw a number out at me. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to buy it. He goes, $20 takes them all. And I'm like, I'm in. And then I was like, all right, so you're at $120 for everything. And he goes, yeah, I'm at $120 for everything. I go, well, how about $100 for everything? I'll give it to you cash. And the wife goes, how about $250 and you take everything? At $250, the guy looks at me and looks at her and goes, you know, $250 might actually work for me. So I immediately, as soon as I saw him hesitate, I opened up my wallet. I said, well, listen, I have $202 in my wallet, and I have a Wawa gift card that's got like $14 on it. It's got 16 or 14 bucks on it. I was like, I'll give you all of it, and I'll take it all off your hands, and your wife will be happy. My wife will be pissed. We'll swap on the wives. And then I immediately went like this to hand it out to him, and at which point the one kid's jumping up and down, Wawa gift card, Wawa gift card, I want it, it's mine, it's mine. And the wife goes, no, the Wawa gift card is mine, it's for coffee. And then he goes, all right, fine. And then he helps me load it up, and then here's you're going to see all the stuff that I got. Guys, as always, give me the thumbs up. Thanks for watching. And in the comments down below, since I didn't ask a question this week, what type of animals do you have? Been watching a lot of people's collection videos and room tour videos and your channels, and I see cats. I don't see that many dogs. If you're a cat person or you a dog person, put that in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.